Hello everyone, Silverstruck here. Welcome to the Silverstruck channel. Today I'd like to talk to you about stacking the larger sized vintage silver bars, along with doing a little bit of a size comparison with the 10-ounce bars and talk a bit about vintage silver premiums. I'll be wearing gloves in this video only because my hands are a little bit beat up from work. It's better to look at the glove than the shape of my hands at the moment. Just driving home the point that you do not need gloves to handle this type of silver. I'm just doing it for hand condition, if you will. So, without further delay, let's get into the topics of this video. So what constitutes stacking a larger bar? That might be a good question to answer before moving on with the rest of the video. For me, stacking large bars start all the way back at 10 ounces. I think 10 ounce is actually the most popular of the large size bars, if you will. Very, very common bar. And from there, you just go up. There's odd weight sizes, of course, but then you're going to see 20 ounce, 25 ounce, your kilo size, 50 ounce and 100 ounce and greater. There's the 1,000 ounce bars out there if you really want to stack 1,000 ounces in one bar. The 10 ounce size offers pretty good weight in the hand. 10 ounces is a good amount of silver to pick up all in one sitting instead of individual ounces or 2-ounce rounds. So pretty nice size to stack. You can see on the table here the largest size bar that I've actually brought out are these kilos right here, with my favorite one on top. I've shown this one plenty of times in the past. This is a rose-toned Engelhard kilo bar from London, so from their London facility. Just a wonderful bar. So dropping premiums while stacking larger bars with vintage has an awful lot to do with collectability and name recognition. You're not going to drop your premiums with a name like Engelhard, but you might with some other refiners that are lesser known. And so I'm going to talk about one of those refiners in this video. My new pickup right here is a 25 ounce ingot. It's an Omega. So these Omega ingots can get very expensive in the smaller bar sizes, 1, 2, 3 ounce, but in 25 ounce they're not too bad. And it's an older bar, so there's a ton of variations with these Omegas. You can go ahead and look these up and find all sorts of different counter stamps and differences here. I like that this one says silver bar right at the top. So there's no question it's silver. 25 troy ounces, 3 nines fine with a weight stamp. And of course here's the maker's mark right there. And this bar has some deep color toning, which isn't necessarily my favorite. Prefer the more colorful toning, but it's a really cool bar from somewhere in the 70s, probably early to mid 70s. And the 25 ounce bars have been a larger size bar I've been into recently. I only have these two. I am planning on picking up more because with something like this Omega, you can drop the vintage premiums down. And the reason I say vintage premiums is vintage silver is so popular now that there's a lot of premium problems. You can see some of these bars go for just crazy money. This other bar right here is one I picked up at a coin show, I believe last year. Yes, last year. And this is a CMI 25 ounce, and this one's really cool. Still has the original plastic on it. So this one isn't as old as the Omega. And this one's a little bit more well-known, I would say, than Omega, but not as sought after as a Johnson Matthey or an Engelhard. So these aren't too bad in 25 ounce either to be able to drop your premium down. So when you're comparing a bar like this, and you want to compare something else that's 25 ounces, like a tube of maples would be a good comparison. So if you were going to go out and buy a tube of maples or this beautiful vintage bar, you can make that shopping comparison. Let's take a quick look at the size difference stacking something this large. And I have the twin to it just to look and see the size difference between your standard 10 ounce and this 25 ounce. So here we have it, a CMI 10 ounce right next to a 25 ounce bar. And of course, this 10 ounce, which would normally be a pretty large bar holding it individually, looks tiny right next to its 25 ounce larger big brother here, if you will. So it's more than twice the silver, of course, so there's no mystery to why that bar would be larger. but it's just pretty neat to see these side by side, the 10 versus the 25. For vintage silver, I've noticed the cheapest premiums in the 100-ounce size. A lot of those vintage bars are just treated as regular generic silver. But of course, stacking 100-ounce bars all the time can really put a good-sized dent in the wallet. I think I'd rather have 4 of these rather than one large 100-ounce bar. So if you look and you buy something that's more of a off refiner, not an Engelhard or a Johnson Matthey, and look towards the Omegas, the CMIs, and a few other styles of bars out there that you can find, you can save a little bit of premium doing so. So there you have it, just a short video to share with all of you my 25-ounce Omega and my thoughts on stacking some of the larger size bars to drop those premiums down. Don't forget to leave me a comment in the comment section, and as always, thank you so much for watching.